Trying to get this situated here, folks. Bear with me. Just trying to come on here a little bit earlier. Well, that's wrong. Sorry, we're good. All right, let me get everything set up here. It is 4:59. Got a minute before it's actually 5 o'clock. So I'm just trying to get everything in order. I evidently got it set on portrait instead of landscape this time, but that's all right. Another bug I'll have to work through, but apologize if you can hear the rain hitting on the metal roof here. It's much needed rain we're getting here in southeastern Ohio, so I'm not complaining. Trying to get pull up some stuff here. Let's get us some extra information. That old, oh, look, sat back there. This old yeller feller. Look at her. She's sitting pretty. Oh, look at her shine. She looked good. But anyways, got them. If you've been following along, we got some AR bushings on the way, so cleaned her up so I didn't have to dig through all the mud and dirt and grime working on it. But we'll get into that a little bit later. A little music playing there in the background. We'll get that turned off and we'll get ready to go. It is 5 o'clock. And like every Tuesday, we go live at 5. So let's get that turned off. All right. Everybody, welcome to another live at 5 here on Defender Adventures 1. Like I say, I really do look forward to these. Have a good time chatting with y'all. Don't be afraid to drop a comment, and I'll try as the live goes along. I'll try to join in with your comments and try to answer everything that you have. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up here on the laptop. That way, old Doug Zorn. Hey Doug, how you doing? Thanks for joining in, bud. We're going to get on the old YouTube here to where I can type back better because I am doing this from my phone. And tonight's, hello Maria, live video, we are going to discuss new versus used, right? That's what was on the thumbnail. What is the best route to go for you, for me, for whoever? Yep, looks like we're rolling now. That's a good thing. So, unless you've been living under a rock, everybody knows that the 2026 Defender lineup has been dropped. So, in this live tonight, not only are we going to focus on the Defenders, which, you know, obviously that's something that I am passionate about because I own one, but this may also go for just buying a UTV or ATV even in general. So we're going to get into that conversation tonight. I want to try to pull this up here on the laptop so, like I say, I can at least type back a little easier. I see you over there now. And try to filter through some of this. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. So without further ado, it is after 5 o'clock, so let's get into the conversation. So new versus used, right? What do you do? Like I say, the 26 is dropped now. They are obviously, I applaud Can-Am for what they've done. They've really listened to some of the questions or the disappointments that we've had in the Defenders over the years. Because when this Defender come out in 2016, basically nothing had changed. A few little engine upgrades, but nothing too major. So Can-Am listened and they answered, like I've said in previous videos, if you've been following along. And that 26 Defender is a really nice unit. So they've been out long enough to now that I have kind of read some feedback on them and kind of understand a little bit of maybe some of the little things that people are complaining about, which isn't a lot. I mean, for a new unit just coming out, I know there's not a whole lot of people out there with them now, I mean, riding so far, but for some of the Facebook groups that I follow and everything, everybody seems to be liking them very well. They obviously reduced the cab noise in them, which is a great thing, especially for a cab model. That's a big complaint on a lot of models. So they got the cab model, the noise has been reduced. I'm sorry if I keep scrolling down sometimes. There's people chatting. And hi, everybody. Thomas McIntyre, hey. Like I say, I'll try to get, if you guys just drop some questions down there in the comments, I'll try to get to those as we go through this. But anyways, the 26 looks like they're proven to be a really nice buggy. So I believe, in my opinion, is if you are in the market for a new Defender to begin with, then this 26 model probably pushed you over the top. Like, you probably like, okay, well, with all the new awesome upgrades that they've done, then I think that it's time, right? So, but with that being said, obviously that is a big check to write, right? They are expensive. So that's kind of where we're going with this, with the new versus used. I don't feel like everybody out there is going to run out and buy a new 26 Can-Am Defender, which if you're capable, by all means do it. And where's that person that says, well, I'm not sure if I need to pull a trigger on a brand new one or if I need to just go ahead and get a 25? Because in my opinion, the rebates and everything they have on the new 25s kind of really put that question in your head. Like, yeah, the new 26 has a little bit more horsepower. Now that's a whole nother road we can go down, because from what I've read online, sure, on paper it's 95 horse, where the old limiteds are 82, but from all the videos I've seen, the old 25 HD10s ain't having no problem keeping up with the HD11s. So, and everybody, and I've seen there is some tunes out already for the 11s that will obviously push it way past what the 10 is capable of. But if you sink the amount of money into a brand new side-by-side, you really want to spend the extra money to pay for the tune and all that. So I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, your 11s, 3-seaters are coming in, what, at maybe $36,000, and of course when you get into the cab models, you're probably getting closer to the 40 range. But those 25s now, I've seen some places, you know, with 27 plus, you know, just plus tax. That's fees and everything. So is the extra $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 worth it to go ahead and jump into a 26? I guess that's going to be up to you and on your preference. So I got one of my Canadian followers here. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all up north for following along. I know this is old Can-Ams are more up your alley, which we love them down here too. But he's saying 56 for a new limited max here in Canada, which I'm sure that's Canadian. 25s are definitely a better bang for your buck, and with the promos. And I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think if I was on the fence, I think that's where I would be headed. Like, if I was in the market for new, I think that right now the 25 would be one to jump on, because with all the rebates and like he's saying, just a better bang for the buck. I mean, with a limited, I believe, oh, he's talking 25, not 26. Gotcha. Thanks for catching me up there. I believe with the limited, you're really paying for the AC, right? Which is nice. Don't get me wrong. Do I use it enough? Not to go out and spend top tier money, not to drop every dime that I have in a buggy just because it has AC, when I can maybe go spend, you know, the $8,000 to $10,000 less and have the same machine, capable machine, just missing out on the AC and still have the heat, because the heat is what I use a lot, right? Do a lot more winter riding than I do in the summer when it's 90-some plus degrees here in southeastern Ohio. I'm not necessarily dying to get in the woods and eat the dust and the heat and the bugs and all that good stuff. So, but that's just my situation. Now, if you're a farmer, rancher, and you're using this thing for work all the time, and you're out west, out building fence and doing whatever, then I get that, right? I get the AC would come in really, really handy. But anyways, not trying to veer from the subject tonight. That's just kind of the new versus used. The new would really have to be something that you've been looking for, I feel like, for a long time, something you've been planning on, and you've, say, financially have already done your research, which on Thursday night's video, please tune in. I'm going to go over 3 key factors, I believe, and what you need to take into consideration before pulling that trigger on buying a new Defender or side-by-side, you know, whatever you're looking at. But anyways, so we know what you get when you get a used one, right? Or a new one, I'm sorry. A new one. You get showroom floor. The warranty on them, I honestly don't think they're that great. So is that a big selling point? Kind of, maybe, especially if you're getting a new 26, I guess, because they haven't been out. So maybe that gives you a little bit of peace of mind for, I'm not even sure what their warranty is on them anymore. What is it, 6 months, I believe is what they used to be. I don't know if Can-Am's website, I'm sure they will tell you, but you'd have to dig for a little while, and I ain't gonna bore you with going through all that. So that's the big selling point, right? You're not getting somebody else's junk, is what everybody says. But you're also spending quite a bit of money. So if you can afford it, and if that's what you want, by all means, kudos to you, and that's amazing. And please, please, please take some videos and get on them YouTube pages and let me know what you think about them 26. I've been reading a bunch of them. So far, everybody loves them. I love hearing your guys' feedback. That gives me more content for the channel. So that's the new version, right? You get one shiny and new, you ain't got somebody else's headache. You got a little bit of a warranty. You get the new upgrades. Even with the 25 though, you're still getting a very, very awesome machine. So let's look at used, right? So you've done, kicked out the idea, you're tossing it back and forth, right? 20 or new versus used, right? I mean, that's where you're at. You're in a predicament. So sorry, I was reading a little bit of the chats there. What to look for when you're going to buy used. This is just my opinion. I am no expert. I just want to come in here, and like I say, I use this channel and to try and help you guys out the best I can. Like I say, I am no expert. I'm just a guy that's been doing this for a while. I've dealt in a lot of different buggies. So in my opinion, if you're going to look for a used one, there is plenty of them out there that people have taken care of. Just because somebody says they bought a used buggy does not mean that, well, you bought somebody else's garbage that they went out in the woods and mud bogged and rolled down the hill and just ran wide open through the woods and destroyed. No, that's not what everybody does with these things. They cost a lot of money. Everybody knows they cost a lot of money. And some people, take care of their stuff, but there comes a time where they're just ready to move on, whether they're don't use it. A lot of Facebook marketplace posts you see is, yep, time to move on, don't use it, just sits in the garage, just tired of making a payment on something I just look at. Well, maybe you ride more than they do, and it's your time to take that off their hands. Not going to say that everyone you buy is going to be perfect, but the used market out there is really good. It's really worth looking into. I bought Yeller Feller back there used. To say that it was something you would see on a showroom floor is a very big understatement. It did have some telltale signs of maybe I should stay away from it, but it was exactly what I wanted. I wanted an XMR. I didn't really do my research enough on the fact that it's a 19, so it's lower horsepower than a 20, because I would have probably held out and bought a 20, but she does a really good job. That extra 10 horsepower doesn't really bother me. And in the future, we probably will do some upgrades to bump her on up there. But so what to look for, what I think, obviously you want to get underneath of it, right? Check out that skid plate. It is hard to get the dirt and mud out from underneath there. So you get one and you crawl up underneath of it and you see all that mud and dirt packed up in there. Not saying there's anything wrong with it, I'm just saying that person probably did not take the time to clean it out. Maybe as you would, you never know. But so that's one thing to look for. You don't want to see mud packed up underneath the engine, up underneath the transmission. This one, yeah, there was mud packed. Took me a little while to get that cleaned out. We want to shake them axles down, right? Grab a hold of them axles. See if they've been upgraded, which it's not necessarily a bad thing if they've been upgraded. That's maybe a good thing that they've been upgraded, but give them a shakedown, give them a good shake. See if that's something you're going to have to drop, a couple $100 in right off the get-go, or if they're already nice and tight and good to go. Wobble them wheels and tires around. Give it a good shakedown. See if the wheel bearings are loose. See if the A-arm bushings are shot. This one, A-arm bushings, the axles, wheel bearings, all that checked out good. It was nice and tight. Brakes squeaked a little, but that's typical Can-Am unless you get into getting them changed out, which we've already changed it out. But check for that stuff. Check for, I like looking at the brake calipers and seeing, those are aluminum. See it if they're stained. If they're stained, then the thing's been setting in the mud, as they've been stained up. I feel like maybe I clean mine too much, but I feel like if you got someone that cleans their buggy a lot, they're probably taking pretty good care of it, right? You get on Marketplace and the first picture you see is how deep the buggy is buried in the mud, and then they're asking premium dollar for it. Well, I don't know if that's the best advertisement. But anyways, like I say, there's plenty of good deals on these things out there. Like I say, check them out. Check the suspension. So let's talk mileage. Mileage doesn't really scare me a lot. This was a 19. I bought it in 22 or 23, one or the other. But it had just rolled. It was right at 990 miles. It really just rolled over 1,000 when I bought it. So I was okay with that. 1,000 miles on a used machine. Check the oil. Pull the dipstick out. Make sure it's not black, or make sure it's on full. I mean, that is important. Transmission dipstick there, rear diff, pull it out, make sure it's all good. I mean, you really want to look these things over. And everything checked out good on this one. It just, I seemed like, and I'm not saying nothing about the seller, because they were very honest. They said all they used it for was to deer hunt, which was awesome. And they said, rain corn out with it, and that's more, I mean, I believe him. I believe that's what he done with it. It didn't see a power water too often in its life. So I kind of feel like maybe like I rescued it. So because when I got home, obviously I tore it apart and cleaned it out really good, and I just try to keep them keep the maintenance up on it. Right, the maintenance is key on these things. Keep that oil changed, keep the diff fluids changed, especially if you're running it hard, if you are out on a hard weekend. But anyways, that's kind of veering from the subject, new versus used. I know, sorry. I get the rambling sometimes. But anyways, just look for them things. And then accessories, right? So if you're looking to go buy a new limited, obviously you ain't got to worry about accessories. Like that's what you're dumping your money into is the full cab, the power windows, the heat, the AC. I mean, that thing's already set up and ready to go. But if you're looking at one of the lower models, maybe the XT, which the new XT comes in a cab model, which that's exciting, right? It's fully enclosed. Not 100% sure on the differences between the Limited and the XT on the 26. Now you get in the 25, the XT is just bumper, winch, roof, may come with like 30-inch tires. But anyways, accessories are a big thing. So you go adding on accessories to these things, and you can really rack up some coin in that. And sometimes that's cheaper, you know, to go ahead and, especially if you're looking at financing, right? So if you're looking at financing, sometimes it's better just to do it all at once. While you're at the dealership, let's just go ahead and add, you know, the windshield, rear, roof, you know, whatever you want to add, winch. But where was I going with that? Sorry, I got to looking. But anyways, so in the used market, you can maybe pick up a buggy that has, you know, a couple 100 miles on it, that already has a lot of those accessories on it, and then you ain't got to dump the extra money into it. Somebody's already done that for you. Because resale value is just like on a vehicle. The more accessories you put on these things, the less you're going to get back out of that accessory. Might bump up the buggy's price just a little bit. Might be better off to sell it. You might get a little bit more money out of it, but as far as those accessories you're adding on there, you ain't going to get full price back out of them. So that's another good point of buying used. So you shop around, you find one low miles, one somebody's taken care of, one that's already loaded up with the accessories, and then you get into price, right? Well, you know a dealership's going to run you down the road and they're going to try to squeeze every dime out of you that they can, and they're probably not going to budge a whole lot on their price. You get into buying used where somebody's, you know, wanting to go buy a new 26 and just wanting to unload what they have. And I've seen quite a few of those out there. Hey, going to trade this thing in, tell me what you'll give me. If you give me what the dealership gives me, you can have her. And we know the dealership's lowballing them. So there's a great opportunity to probably pick you up a used buggy at a good price, just because the dealership's already lowballed them. So now they're going to give you that price. So you're good to go there, right? Just make sure you look over them really good, make sure they're taken care of, make sure that they have a title. That's another good thing, which I'm in Ohio, so we have to have titles on ours, so make sure they have one. And you know how to read people. You can kind of tell if somebody's kind of pulling your leg or not. But so new versus used, like I say, totally up to you. I think you can save a lot of money, especially right now. If you was going new, to step down to the 25 model, there's tons of rebates out there, and those are awesome buggies. I don't really feel, in my opinion, this is my opinion, that the 26 is upgraded enough to justify the extra money that they want for them. That's just me. That's just me, right? Nope. You know, that's just one man's opinion. I think if I was going to go buy a new right now, I would look into a 25 because of the crazy amounts of money that they have off of them. Or, better yet, I would definitely scroll the old marketplace for a while and try to find a low mileage 25 that somebody bought right before they realized Can-Am was going to release the 26. They haven't had it long, been sitting in the garage, got low miles. Man, I just want to unload this so I can go buy me a new 26. I give somebody a heck of a deal. That is what I would be searching for. So with that being said, where's my future headed? I got the old 19 yeller feller here, and if you've watched some of my other videos, I have a blast in this thing. It does what I want it to do for now. I would like to maybe take it on some more technical trails, because I feel like, first of all, I believe it's fun. I really do like the technical trails. I don't like doing too crazy of stuff, but I like testing her to her limits. So probably going to hang on to her, possibly. You never know. But I am going to do some upgrades. So stick around on the channel. Keep following along. We're probably going to at least do some performance modifications. Maybe try out a new tire in the future. Maybe try that new ITP Savage XT. That looks like to be an awesome tire. Looks like to be the one that's top of the line right now. So in the kind of riding I do. So that being said, that's probably where I'm going to go. Probably just sink some money into old yeller feller as this journey continues. So please stay tuned to the channel. Please keep liking and keep subscribing. These lives, I do them every Tuesday at 5. If there is something you want to talk about on this channel at any time, just drop it in the comments. I'll do my best to answer you. And I appreciate y'all watching along. New versus used, I think there's pros and cons to each of them. So really depends on the situation that you're in. So if you have questions, like I say, reach out. I'll do my best to help you. I'm probably going to end this here. I've taken up almost a half hour of your time, and I appreciate you following along. Appreciate y'all watching, and stay tuned for Thursday's night's video. Like I said, if you are looking in buying I will come out with 3 key factors I believe that you need to take to the dealership with you, things you need to know. Then after that, we need to get back in the woods, man, and we will. We're going real soon. We got a few things going on here that we're wrapping up this time of year, and as fall is here now, and we switch into, say, the winter time of the month, the riding is really going to pick up. We're going to get to a lot more of those parks, going to get you a lot more content. So stay tuned to the channel for that. And like I say, as always, appreciate y'all watching. Let me know what I can do better, and I'll do my best. So thank y'all, and we will see you on the next one.